Welcome back, developers. Are you ready to take your social media app backend to the next level? In this tutorial, we are diving deep into some exciting new features using Spring Boot, Neo4j, Lang4j, and OpenAI. If you are serious about building a powerful AI-driven backend, this is the tutorial you can't afford to miss. In today's session, we explore how to harness the power of sentiment analysis to intelligently create interest relationships for personalized recommendations in your app. And we are doing this with cutting-edge Langchain4j and OpenAI integration. Do you need more features? We have got you covered, from fetching page followers and user followers to retrieve page posts with real-time likes, comments, and follower stats. You even learn how to delete comments effortlessly and get detailed page statistics at your fingertips. And if you have been wondering how to unleash the full potential to Neo4j client for those super complex queries, we have got some game-changing tricks to share. This tutorial is part of our ongoing series on building a full-scale social media backend. If you missed our previous videos, make sure to check them out. You won't want to fall behind. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future updates. In the previous tutorial, we have managed to build our relationships, creating nodes of our graph database, and we are using Neo4j. If you are new, you can watch our previous video tutorials and you can get started by integrating with Keycloak and creating all these nodes, and we are developing using microservice. This is a social service. So from now on, it's not enough if we are building a social app without artificial intelligence. In Spring, we have artificial intelligence, and right now we are talking of generative AI, and I want to integrate with the ChatGPT, and I want to use Lang4j, and we are going to add Spring AI also module, and I want to show you how you can achieve this with Langchain4j, and we want to do sentiment analysis. If someone posted a post, we want to see if is it positive, is it negative, so that we try to recommend the content to the user. If the users are not following each other, I want to recommend content to that user by showing the interest. So with the new relationship there, it's going to be an interest. Like in the previous, we show we have follows. So in case that someone has unfollowed that user, but you show that you have some interest to that user, we have to recommend that. Either you are not following that user, we need to recommend that content. If you see the same algorithm that also YouTube uses, like if you watch a video for someone, you can see in future, you can also see more videos from that person because you watched a single video from that user. So that's the same concept that you want to apply here, and you want to use sentiment analysis. So let's visit Langchain. So this is the documentation for Langchain, and it's possible to do that in Java. There's Langchain and there's Langchain4j, and this one for J for Java. So we need to add the dependencies, and we can also go to the introduction. So what you want to use, if you go to, so you can go to AI services. In the AI service, I want to use this implement AI service, and I want to use sentiment analysis similar to this. Like, please analyze this. Maybe is the content, like the text a user is typed, and we can get the response, either it's negative, positive, or neutral. So what I can do, I can go to our Java project. You can add this dependence for Langchain. We need to add this dependence for now. We have Langchain, Spring Boot Starter, and we Langchain OpenAI. Then the version that we are currently using, I'm using 0.33. So after adding this dependency, go to your application YAML here, and here you need to add this. Here, these are just logging. I want to log what is happening in the Langchain, just logging Langchain in debug mode. If I'm now doing request to Langchain, and here this is an OpenAI and you are using OpenAI like ChatGPT, if you don't have an account, you can go and create an OpenAI account and you can get a secret token. And this is my key. Then you can test by, after doing that, you can do Maven, reload, import, and you to add all the dependencies, and you can restart your application to see everything is okay. So since we have everything running now, let's go to the, I want to see if I have, okay, I want to create a new enum here in my Java class. I can call it sentiment, and it's an enum. So it's either positive, negative, or neutral. So after doing this, we have, if someone posted a comment, we want to know if it's positive, it's negative, or it's neutral. So let's go to our services. I want to create a new package called AI. And I want to create a new interface. And I call it sentiment analyzer. So from this, it's going to return a sentiment. It's either positive, and I can say analyze this. But here it's not enough. If you come here, you can see if you create an interface here, this is the same interface that we did. And the message, let's import this. Analyze sentiment of. Then we are okay. So what we need, let's go to our beans. I want to create a new, we need now to configure this. I'll create, that's where I'm going to put my beans at configurations. And if I come here, you can see here they were creating a bean. This is was a bean. So what I want to do is to come back also here, and I'll say public, just say sentiment analyze like this, and we can do this. Here we need to add a chat module because we want to use a chat language module for ChatGPT. Then we need to return this. And let's import this. Here it's going to be sentiment analyze. And here it's going to be our chat module. After doing this, don't forget to add a bean. So let's refactor this. I'm seeing here they are putting like analyzer, shift F6. So right now we have added our analyzer. So what we can do now, let's copy this analyzer. Let's go to our service, comment service. So in our implementation here, we need just to say private final. We are using private final. So if someone posted a comment here, if someone creates a new comment here, we want to analyze this comment. Let's say analyze. And what we need this comment which has been saved, and even the post ID. So let's create a new method, which is this one. Okay, so from here we just say sendment analyzer dot analyze, and we can pass the message that has been saved, save dot get comment. This is the comment that has been saved. Then we can do this, and we can want to see if this comment is positive. Then I can say dot info and I can say analyze. So let's test our implementation here to see if we are able to analyze this content. So I can do this. For while it's running, let me open Postman. So let me get a bearer token from here. And this is our bearer token that we want to use. I'll copy it and I'll come back here. So from here, let me see the service. I think it's running on port 2025. Okay, let's go to the comment API, and we want to comment for this post. I think this is the method. Let me just add my bearer token and I'll authorize this. And here I would click try out, and then I'll say this is an awesome video. We need more from you, Bisc. So as you can see, this comment is positive, and we need to get the positive from our sentiment analysis. So I want to comment for this one. This is a post, and the post ID is this one. And I'll put the post ID here, and let's see. Okay, we'll get it 201, means it has been created. And you can see this is the request that has been logged and sent to the ChatGPT. And we have the comment, which is comment analyzer, which is positive. So in case we have the comment analyzer, which is positive, what you want to do, we just say if and I'll just say sentiment dot positive is equal to the one that we analyzed. It means we need to add a relationship, like this user must, if you are not following the user, we need to add an interest so that it shows that this user has some interest. So what you want to do, we can come here. So when sending our request, you see we have a post ID. This is the post ID that we have. I think this is the post, and this post, let's see, it belongs to this page. So what you can do now, we can come here. Let me minimize this. I want to write a query, match cipher query here, match post ID. This is the ID of the post, and I just say return post for now. I just want to return this post. If I do this, I'm able to find this post. This is the post, and it belongs to the Neo4j. So I need to do this. I'll say match post, and I'll add the relationship, which is owns, and it's from the page. So this page, Neo4j, is the one that is owning this post. So I can put this less than sign here. As you can see, this page owns this post. or you can do this. It still works, and if I run this, I can return a page also, which is Neo4j. You can see we have now the relationships between these. So if I come here, you can see if I come here, in here, I know we have this user who is logged in. So this user who is logged in, let's say we know the user ID. So what we want to do, see, we know the user ID of this user who is logged in. So let's come and fetch also that user from here. And I'll do this, match user so that user that I'm using to log in, I can get them from my bearer token. Let me copy my bearer token and comes with it here on jwt.io. And I will paste my JWT token, and I'm looking for the subject. This is the user that I'm using to log in. So I can do this, and I can paste this. So right now I've managed to fetch the user, and I just say user. And if you see, it's going to be, you will see the user who is posting is also the user who created that post. So what I can do now, I just want to add some interest. Let's say I don't want to check that if the post belongs to me, I don't want to do that. But just for demonstration purpose, maybe this user is another user. So what I can do now, I can add a relationship like the interest. So what I can do, I just say merge here, and I want to merge this user, it means there's an interest. I'll just say interest to this page. So in our future, we will see that this user, we have an interest to this. Then we just say on. Here we just say on create set like this relationship dot created at is equals to local date time like this one, and put a comma, and I want to copy this, which is going to be updated at then here on match set equals to this. So for testing here, I want to look for another user, which is not this one, and this is the user that I want to use to test. I will just want to copy this, and I'll fetch this user, which is not the one that I tested from. So if I do this and run this command, let me remove this comma. There was an error. I will try to, and this one is now, I can remove this and I can run this. Here, let's remove this and we can try again. And I run this and it set one property. So let me try to see what's really happening. I already have that connection. So what I can do, Let me look for this user. Let me test with this user. And I'll match this user and I'll run this one. Sorry, it failed to find this one here. 2 properties and 1 relationship which has been happening here. So let me maximize. This is the user, and if I maximize this, you can see it shows that this user has some interest to this page. So this is the logic that you want to add into our application. So what we can do now is just come here. Let's minimize this, and we can add this sentiment analysis to our code. So I can copy this query and I can come with it to, I can come with my query here in my comment repository. I'll just do the same like what I did here. Let me just duplicate this and let me remove everything that is in here. And then I'll paste this and I call this one I'll say post page interest. Here I need the post ID. It's going to be a post ID, and I will replace this with the post ID. Remember, we just said $post ID, and I also need the user ID, which is the user who is currently logged in and who is posting a comment, and I will replace it here. $user ID here. So if the relationship is already exists, we just say it will just update. So what I can do now is to come to our implementation, and I will just say repository, comment repository dot page post. We need the post ID, that's why I passed the post ID here. And here the user who is currently posting, I'll just say get the user from our security service. We know you are the one, and you must be logged in for you to be able to do this. So if we do this, so as you can see, this is my user who is logged in, but I don't have interest to this page. So also I'm the one who's owning this page, and also I also follows my page. So what I can do now, so after adding our logic, let's restart the application and test it. So let's test our API, and it's going to be this. This is an awesome video. We need more from BISC, or just say this is an awesome tutorial, and I will just execute this, and we get a 201. No exception has been thrown. Let's see from here to our Neo4j, we are going to have. So let me click this user and look for the user, my user, this one, and I want to maximize this user. And you can see I'm the one. Now from this, now it shows I have interest to my page, and I also follows my page, and I also owns my page. This is how you can achieve this with sentiment analysis, and this interest will help us on our recommendations when we are building our recommendations. So we are done with the sentiment analysis. Void delete click tab. We are done. We have the comment ID. and here let's say add query, this one, and from the query let's put these threes, and here we want to match comment like this. Thanks for auto completion. Then we say detach, so it will delete all the relationships, and it will detach and delete the comment. So for all the relationship data belongs to this that were created will be deleted automatically using this detach delete. So that's all. Let's create an API from here, page interest here, where we are. I'll just say void delete comment, and I'll implement this. Comment repository, and I'll pass this to our repository, and this is the comment ID. Let me create an API for that. This was for update. I'll just duplicate this, and I'll just say delete mapping. It's no longer just want the path variable. And I'll delete this. Here I'll just say no content, because we are not returning anything from here. And if I run this application, I'll be able to delete the comments that I created. So if I come here, let me reload this, and I want to copy my token. I'll paste this here, authorized, close, and I'll go to comment. This is my API to delete. Let me pick, you see this was I posted a comment. So I posted this comment. So from this comment, I just want to delete this comment ID. Let's click try out, and I'll paste this here. I think from this we have a space that we need to delete. Then I'll execute this. We don't have any error, and you get 204. That's the meaning of no content. So this was the comment, and you can see it was under updated API. So let me do this, and so let me go to the post and look for this updated API, this one, and I can maximize it. So far we are now have one, which is amazing. So let me delete also this one. And I execute it. I think I don't have any space here. So if I minimize this and maximize this, let's see if we are going to have any comments. So we have managed to delete the comments for this one. So our logic is working fine, and all the relationships that were there who created it were removed. But if you have some sentiment analysis of interest, those ones are not yet deleted. So we've managed to delete the comment. So as a user, I can create multiple pages. You can see everything in green. These are pages. So this user has created two pages, this one for Neo4j and the one for Code with Biz. So as a user, I want to get the list of my pages. So the query that does that, it's going to be as simple. Remember, we use the match, and we want to fetch for the user first. So I just say user. Let me close this, and let me do this now. ID, and I will put my ID. So this is my ID as a user. So I will copy the ID. So to test your query, you can test it bit by bit. And here I'll just return, shift enter here, you just say return user, and you can run your query and you have to return this is the user. So if I click this user, you can see this user have this page and this page. So you can see based on here, it shows that this user owns this page. So I will just say match this one, and I'll say user, and our relationship that we have, it owns, and this user owns this page. So we can have page here, it's going to be a caps, so it means this user can own multiple page. So I put a comma and I'll just say page, and let's see what's really going to happen. You can see this user owns this page. So this is how you can do this. I owns this page, code with Bisq and Neo4j. So what I can do next, let's now, based on our Java model, we don't have to return these nodes as they are. We need to return as a row, like as an object with the properties, like as a table. Like this, I can just say user.id as user ID. If I run this, it's no longer I'm now retaining, because these are two records, as you can see, the page and this. Although this one, it's a one, we have one user who owns two pages. Means if we are using relational tables, you return two rows. Then I can say page dot created it. So this is the day when the page was created. If I run this, you can see they can be created on same day but different time. Here 11:30 and 11:17. So what else do we need from this? I can say page, we need the page.id. .id is page ID. So you can test bit by bit. Now we have the page ID, means we have two different pages. And I can say page.name. Page.name is title, and page.description is description. So let's test and see what's really going on. So this is the page name that you are seeing as a node, and this is the title code with Bisq, and this is the description of our pages. And what we can do also, we can do this. We can also find the followers, like how many users are following this page. So for followers, we just say optional, because sometimes a page, when you create it, it does not have any followers. So I can just say optional match, and you say user. And this type of users, this one, let me change this one, and just say users, and we want to look for the user who follows here. Our relationship follows this page. So each page that we currently have on top here, we want to see their followers. Then here, if you want to see the followers, like I can call it followers, here we just say, let me do this, and I will say count, and here I will just say distinct, so that we don't have duplicates. Distinct users is followers. And if I try to run this, you can see this page has one follower, and this one is a 0 follower. But if I remove this optional you see I will get empty result because this one is only one mate because it has a follower. If a page does not have a follower, it won't show the record. So that's why we put an optional. So it's a tip that you need to know. Optional in case the record does not exist, but you want to see the results. And also here, what I can say page. A page is also a logo, So if you create a page, you need to add a logo. And also a page can also have a cover photo. Is cover photo. And I can do this. So far, these details are empty. So what I can do this. Let me reformat this. Page ID created. Yeah. So sometimes you can have a lot of data. So we need to limit it, and we also need to know where to start from, and we need to order. So if you created your page today, we need to show the latest page on top. So what I can do, I will just say order by. So I have to delete this. Let's delete this, and I'll say order by. Order by page dot created at descending, and I will start from 0. So you just say skip and limit. So the limit, so we need to show maybe five pages at a time. So if I do this, I'll get these 2 records. So if I say limit 1, I'll just get 1 record. You see, so that's why I say 5. So I will get 5. If I have 5 pages, they will be shown it will show all those 5 pages here. So this is the query that we want. So we need to copy this query, and we need to go with it to our Java code. So these are user pages. So you can go, let's go to the user repository, this one. And from our user repository, I will just say a public final string, and the name of the query is get user pages, and then the query, it's going to be this one. So this way, I'm not showing how to do this in, okay, this is an interface. An interface is always public final. So I'm not showing how to map this thing here in the repository. We want to use Neo4j template. So this is your first time using Neo4j template. So here, let's go here. I'll just say private final Neo4j client. But I forgot to do something here. So from my query, I didn't copy the first statement, this one. Let's copy the first statement and let's put it here. So here, let's replace here with a $user ID. So we are going to replace this with the actual user ID, and we are going to use Neo4j template. So if I come to the user implementation here, so what I can do for now, I just want to create a method. Let me just say public let me just say object for now, and get my pages. And here let's say int equals to page, int is equals to size. So we need to replace, for now let's just say return now here. So if you go to our query again, we need to replace here, this is a page, so I'll just say $page, and the limit is the size, $size. So I can come back here. So here I will just say Neo4JClient.query, this one, and I want to copy our string, which is get user pages, and I can paste it here, and let me import. Then I need to bind the details here, and for this I want to bind this from the security service .user ID, and I want to bind it to user ID, which is this one that is in our query. I want to bind it to this user ID to replace there, and we have to bind page and size. So I need to bind also .bind page .to page, and also there's an auto completion here, so I can put enter like this. So after doing this, I need to do this fetch. It will fetch all the records, and if you can see the return type here, it's going to be a map of string and object. So I can say map fetch, and I'll just say fetch everything, and it will return that list of collection. And after doing this, let me do the streaming here. From this streaming, I'm now streaming one by one. So let me do a mapping. From my mapping, I have my class, which is let me do this, like this one, and I can say JSON utility. I have this utility that converts from map, which is the string that I have, to the name of the class. So for now I don't have a class, so let me say it's object.class. Let's wait for that, and then here I'll just say collect, and I'll just say to list. Let me modify this to list. It will suggest this to list. So we know the result that you are going to have here. Let me create a repository, let me create a module for this. So if you see from our query, we need to map, we need a user ID created at these details. So let me go to the details. Do you have details? So this is the data transfer objects that we want to return to from our API. I'll just say DTO. From my DTO, I'll just say, or I can create as a record. I think record is also fine. Or let me use the Java, it's fine. I'll just say user page. Let me copy some of the, I want to copy these setters from this Lombok. So I have inputted everything here. So what I want to do from our user repository, let me do this. That's why I love this IntelliJ private string. We have user ID here, and it's a string, we know it, and we have created it. It's a local date time. So let me do this, local date time, and we have a page ID. It's a string, and we have a title. We have a description. We have followers. We have a cover photo, which is a string. And we have also a logo. So after doing this, I think we have everything that we need for the page. So we are using Neo4j template for this example. So for this, let me fix this one, and I'll do this, and I'll close this, and I'll just say .var, and it will turn list of pages, and here I'll just do this. And here I'll return this list. Let me copy this one and add it to our interface. Sometimes I can do this after. Then to make sure, let's just set it override. Here it's suggesting that to do an inline, thanks to IntelliJ. And I think our code is now looking fine. Let's create an API to get user pages. And this one, I can click this and follow a user. So I need an API to get the user pages. So here it's going to be a get mapping. From this get mapping, I can get, say, users / pages, like this, and I'll say get user pages, and it's going to be a request param. From the request param, it's going to be an integer. We have page, and we have size. So here we just say get my pages, and it requires a page and a size here. After we get the response, we want to return it. Here we can say it's okay, and .body. This is the response that you are going to get. And we can say it's going to be a list of, where we put a question mark, we know the content. It's going to be a list of pages, a list of user pages, and I can do this. So let's test this. Click execute, and you can see now we have our data retrieved from our API. So this is how you can achieve this using Neo4j client. So we have managed to get the user pages, and this page has one follower, and the title and description, and the user who created it, because it's your user. I didn't send any user ID in my request because I want to get the pages of the current user who has logged in, so that this user would be able to edit these pages, like the description, changing the names. So this is how you can do that. So what you can do next, so what we want to do, we want to find the users who follows this page. Right now we just got one follower, but we don't know the user who is following this page. So what you can do here, we need to fetch. So I will delete and I will leave everything below here. So I will delete everything that is on top here. I will leave my order by and the limit. We are always having that in our request. So I'll just say match and look for a page. Since we want to get the user, we want to get the user who follows this page and the ID of the page. So let's say this is the page. So far this one is one follower. I will copy this and I will paste this here. So here we can return this page where it was created. So far we can have this page created. So for now, let me just say return page. Okay, I can remove that and we can paste it later. So this is the page. So I want to get the user who follows this page. So I will just say match user, and I want the users who follows this page. And I will, if I do this and I'll say user, and I will see the user who follows this page. This is the user. You can see the relationship is showing that this user follows this page. So if you can be more specific, like doing this, add this arrow sign to show that it's the user who follows this page. It enhances our query to be faster as compared to the one without this arrow. Maybe it will compare both sides. So by doing this, it will be much faster when retrieving these details. Remember, Neo4j is much faster as compared to relational database. So to improve more, you can also do that. So if I have this and I have now the user who follows this page. So right now, I don't want to return the page now. I just want to say to return the user.id, like the users who are following that page, user ID, comma, user dot name. I want to know the username who is following that page, and also the images, like the logos of the profile picture of the user. So I'll just say logo, and also I can also know who the country which they come from, which is country ISO 2, and I'll just say is country ISO 2. So for countries, each country have an ISO, like Belgium BE, Britain GP. So, and if I run this, I can also get these results. So this is the user and the full name of the user who is following that page. And if I would want, I can just say page like this, dot ID is page ID. It's also fine if I want to retain the ID of the page. Here I put a comma, I forgot to put a comma here. And as usual, don't forget to add the limit from our repository. Don't forget to add this order by and the limit. And I'll just copy this to save time. I'll just do this and I'll paste this. Page.created descending at page 0 and the size of 5, and I will do this. You don't see any change, but it has ordered. If I have other users who also have this, so here the date, I think I used the wrong. Here I'll just say follow, or I'll just say relationship here. So you can order by the date this user has followed the page. So here I just do this, and I can do this. So I will copy this one as it is, and I can get the page followers. So we can put this in our repository, which is page repository. And remember, it's going to be string get page followers. And we are okay. Put a semicolon here, dollar page, dollar size, and here dollar page ID. And we can delete this. Previously, we have added this in Neo4j client, so let's just copy this and put it in the page implementation. And I can go here and I can use this one, and I will just copy what we did on the previous one. We created this method which was get user page, and I'll come here. Here it's going to be get page followers, get page and from this one we need the page ID here, so I'll just say string page ID, comma, and we are not binding to this one, we are binding to page ID, and here we pass our page ID, and but our return type here is no longer user page, it's going to be page followers. So I can do this, and I can duplicate this, copy, paste, and we just say page follower. So if you are using Java 18, you can use 17. From now on, you can use records, but let me just keep on using this, but you can use records. We have the user ID. Let's see from our query the details that you want to return. There are just a few. Let me come here and paste them here. Multiplying, commenting, and here it's going to be a name. So I think we need also the joined date. So I can just say joined date. It's going to be like this. So I will come here later and I will do this. Here it's going to be page created at as joined date. I will add this line. Let me add this line here in my query, in my repository, page repository. Put a comma here, and here it's not a, it's a relationship. That's the day the user joined this page. I think we are okay now. We have joined date, we have page ID, which is this one. We have the name of the user. Here we don't have we don't have followers, and we also have the logo, which is the profile picture, and we need the country ISO too. So I think by doing this we are okay now. I can copy this page follower and I can paste this here, and here is supposed to be page follower. And let me import this, and I can import, let's add this to our surface, which is our interface. And we can create an API. The API is going to be the same as the one that we created for user. Let me just copy this one, and I can come to the page page API, this one, and I can paste this, and I can say get page followers. So from this I'll just say the ID of the page, which is going to be a path variable, string ID, comma, and it's going to be followers, and I'm going to get these followers from here. Here it's a page service, and get page followers, and here I can pass the page ID, the ID of the page, and I can return a page a list of page follower. Let me rerun the application and we can test our implementation here. So I need to reload this. Let me reload because we have a new API, and I'll copy my bearer token, and I'll come back and I'll go to the pages API. Here I'll get where's the page followers? This one, this is the API. So let me add my bearer token, and I authorize this, close, and I say get. For the page ID, we have tested with the list of page, and this was the page that we tested with. So we want to get this as it's going to be one element in the array. So you can come back here and you can put this. So if I only have one follower, if I say 5, there's an exception. Let's see the exception. Okay, we have here, we are supposed to put a page ID here. The problem is that I said get user pages, of which is supposed get page, I think, followers, and I will import this. From this I need to pass a user ID like this. It's required a user ID. So that was the exception, and we can test again. Let's test again. You can see I only have one record, one user who is following our page, and this is the user, and this is the day the user started to follow the page. So we are okay with this implementation, and it's done. On our application, users must follow each other. So what I can do, we can see if I get this page followers, it's just going to be the same. So let me go to this query that we created here, and from this query it was this user, which is so I want to see the users who are following me. So I just say user, and I will put my user ID here. So what I can do, I can get the user ID from the JWT token. I told you how to do this. You can go to jwt.io and you can paste it here. And I can come here and I will paste this. So I want the user who is following also another user. So we have this user. So here I'll just say we have users who is following. So here it's just, I just say this user who is following this user. So from this, I'll just say from these users, I'll just say followers from here, and I want the follower dot ID. Let me just change this to follower. So I want this follower is following this user. So I want to copy this follower ID. So this follower.id, I want the name of this user, the name of this, the name of this, and I also need the day which they joined. So it's going to be relationship dot created at joined it, and let me try to run this. You can see there are two users, user 5 and user 3. They are following this user. So this is the query that I want, and this is the day that they joined or started to follow this user. So this is the query that we can copy and start and duplicate what we already done. So this was the page followers. I need to go to the user repository and I'll get, say, string user followers, and I can put 3 double quotes, and it will allow more to line, and here it's going to be a user ID, $user ID, and also here remember it's going to be a page, $page, and here $size. This is our page and this is our size, and we are okay with our query. So what we can do, since we have already created this, we can come to the implementation. So here we need another one, which is get user followers. I'll just say get user followers. So what I can do here, I just say string user ID. I'll put a comma, and we are going to have a user ID, but this one it's going to be get user followers, and I'll paste this here and I'll import it. And it's not going to be a user page, remember, it's going to be a user followers, like page follower. I just say user follower. So from here we don't have a page ID, but we have the joined date. I think it's going to be a joined date. If you go to our repository, let's see in our repository if it's the joined date. It was joined at, I can say joined date, so we are okay. Here I can just say user follower, and this is the class that we are supposed to retain. And I can, let's put this in our service interface. And you are okay. So what we can do here, we have get user my pages, and I can say get user follower, get my followers. I'll just say my followers, because we are in users, get user, or say get my followers. And they require a user ID because I'm already logged in. So if they are my followers, I don't need to send a user ID. For security reasons, we know you are the user who is logged in. So I can use security service, and from my security service, I'll just say security service.get user ID, and it will return a user follower. So I can test this to see how many users are following me. So let me copy the bearer token because I have to reload my Swagger. So let's go to the users, my followers, and I will test this. And before I test, I need to paste my bearer token and close, start from page 0 to page, let's say 10, and I can execute. So far there are only 2 users who are following me, user 3 and user 5. So this is how you can manage user following each other. So right now I created an endpoint that returns the users who are following me. So I can have another endpoint, maybe that one. It's going to be a, let me do this. Maybe I want to see, and here I'll just say ID. The user, and here I'll just say add path variable string user ID. So if I need to see the other users, I can do this. So maybe you choose, here it's supposed to be an ID, shift F6. So here, if I pass an ID of a certain user, I can get their followers. So that's the same. So I just say get user followers. It's going to work if I pass any user ID of the user that I have. So I can test this one. It's already working when I tested this. So the next thing, so what I want to do now next, if we come here, we have, let me minimize this. We have the post. So we want to get the post of the page. So means a page can have multiple posts. So what I can do is to come here and look for the page, and you remember we just say page, and the ID of the page. Let me copy, let me just look for one page. Okay, let me minimize. Okay, this one, it's already, it have one post, so I need to copy this ID of this page. So if I do this return page, it will return this page, which is Neo4j. And if I maximize this, you can see this page owns this post. So what I can do now, it's like a match again. This page owns posts. So I want to return the post of this. So if I do this and I'll say post, it will show this page owns this post. So I need to retain like the post ID and also like the page name and logo. So what I can do now, I'll start maybe by post description. Post.description is description. If I click this post, you see I want to return this description edited and updated. Post.edited is edited. Post.created at is created at comma. Page.id is page ID. Page.name is title, and page.logo is logo. And if I do this, it will return these results. So this is the results that you want. These are default, but we need to add some we need to know how many people like this post. We need to know like how many comments are there in this post. So what we can do now, we can just say optional, because this information, even though it's empty, we want to show the posts. Yeah, so I can say here user like. So I need the user who the users who likes the post. So I just say do this, who likes the post. So I need to know the user who likes the post, and I need to know the number of these users. So what I can do here, so for now I can do this, and I leave a space here for counting. So I just say count. Remember, distinct user likes. I want to know let me copy this user like. And I will say these are likes. So let me try to see if we have any likes here. I need to put a comma. So far for likes, you only have 2 users who likes this post. So what I can do also here, I want to know like the comments, like the number of comments to this post. So I'll just say optional. And if it's a comment, I'll just say comment, because I want to know the comment. And the comment it's like it belongs to, where the comment belongs to this post, belongs to the post that we have. And remember, it's easy. We just say comments. We need to just to do what we did here. It's going to be comment, and we just say comments. So this is how you see this happen on Facebook, like to see number of comments to a post. So far for the comments, there are 3 comments to this post. So let's see this one. Yeah, these are the comments. These are in pink, 1, 2, 3. All these comments belongs to this post. So this is how you can achieve this. So if you want to know also the users who follows this page, let's say you want to show how many users who follows this page, I'll just say match, and I'll just say user follows that page, right? And this user follows this page. We already have the page, and we just count this. Let's put a count. User follows, and here we just say followers. Means this page has this followers. If I run this, you can see it only have 1 follower. This post can have 3 comments, 2 likes, and the page itself has 1 follower. So it's fine. So let's take this and put in our code, and we want to get page. It's called get page post. So we can go to our page repository, string get page posts. So always don't forget to add this limit. Just copy and add the limit below here. So here we want the page to order by the post created date, means the date the post was created. That's the order that we want. So what we can do, I think by this we are okay. We can get here, it's going to be a page ID, $page ID. So like what we did on the previous, we just come here and we just need to return the page posts, and I just say get page posts. And here we need to change this to, because it's going to be a page ID, and we can import this, but our model is now different. So we can, let me remove what you put here previously, and I just say page copy and paste. And it's going to be a page post. So from our repository, we want to return these details. I'll come back to page posts. From here, I think I need long, which is number of likes, because we can have 1 million likes. We can also have 1 million comments. We can also have 1 million followers. So long data type, it's okay. And here we need the description. This is the description for the page. and here it's an edited and it's a boolean, and created it, which is a lookout date time, and we need a page ID already there, the page title, page ID, page title is there, and the logo. So we are okay, and I can remove this, and we go to page post. So to get the page, we need to do this, and we need to do this. And let me import this. So get page post. So if I do this, so here it's going to be a, let me call this API get page post here, page ID, and I'll just say posts, and here it's going to be get page posts, get page posts, and it says page posts here, and this is our return type. And let's test the implementation now. So we need to reload our Swagger. That's the thing that we need to do here. And I can grab this bearer token, and I can come back to here, and we are now in the page post here, and I can say tryout, and let me paste this one, and I'll say authorize close. Let me test by the page that you already have, this page ID, this one, and I'll paste it here. From here, it's like from page 0 to page, I need five posts from this one, and I can execute. So far, I got 1 post, and this post has 3 comments, 2 likes, and the page have 1 follower, and we have managed, and the post has not been edited, and this is the day it was created, and this is the page ID that we passed here, which is 27C, if you take a look here. So this is how you can get your page posts. So the API that we left on, and this is the last API on this video, is we want to see the page statistics, like the followers, the number of the posts that we have, and also the date when the page was created. It's just for statistics. So here we have find the page here, and here for the post here I can say optional, because a page can have 0 posts, so I can say optional. And for this post, we are not looking for the post here, so let me remove this post. And also for the comment, I can remove this. So we want to see the number of followers. I can remove other things that we have here, and let me remove everything below here. So we can have the page. So to get these statistics, we can look for the page ID, and you can look for the followers means the users who are following this page. So here I just say user. So we can have the users who follows this page, and I can look for also the number of posts that we have on this page. So I can say optional match, and I can say the page owns a post, and I can just say post, and I can count the number of the posts that this page owns. So I just come here and replace here, and I just say post. And for the page, I can look into the date when the page was created. So here I just say the page created it. So this is the, and this one, the count for the post, it's okay. And this is the user followers. I think by these statistics we are okay. I can remove this one because this one was for the likes, and I can try to run this, and my query wasn't okay. It's because of this. Let me delete and try to run this. So here for user follows, it's user follow, and I can run this here. So this page have one post, one follower, and this is the date when it was created. So this is the statistics that we can also put on our page. So I can just say page statistics. So I can copy this, and I can come to our page repository, string page basic statistics. Maybe we can need more in the future, so let me make them basics. These are basic statistics, and I can do this here. I'll just say page ID. We are okay here, and what we can do is to come here, and I can have the something like this, but this one it's going to be an object, not a list. So I can say basic, copy, paste. I can say page basic state. So from this page statistics, I have followers. We already have followers. I can have posts, number of posts, and the date when it was created. So here it's going to be it's going to be like this, and these are basic information, and I want to look for the page ID, right? And here it's not going to be O. I think it's one. Then I'll remove this one, or else throw. And here it's going to be this page statistics. So this is what we are going to return. From here I can copy this. It's going to be this one. So if it's a single object, you put O1, and I can do this, just delete this and do this. And you can get the basic statistics here. For this page, basic stats. Here it's get page statistics here. And if I come here, it's going to be this one. And here it's going to be this one, and let me remove the page size. It's not necessary. And from this we can get the basic stats of our page. So let's run this. Let me copy my bearer token here, since we want to reload, and I'll come back here. Let me reload this page, and my get is this one, which is a state. Let me put my bearer token, and I'll close it. And here we need the page ID. So from this page, this was my page ID, so let me copy the page ID and we get the statistics for that. And I can execute. So let's see our error here. Here it's because of page size. It's because I copied everything, but I didn't specify here it's going to be a page statistics, which require a page ID only. So such kind of these errors are common, so don't worry, we can solve them here. So I can execute again. You can see this is the statistics of my page. Edited false. I don't need this. When I copied, I think I leave this one. It's okay, and I can reload. And I can execute. We have one post, one follower. And so if I create another post, so let me create a post for that page. So if I want to create a post for that page, I think I have the post ID. Let me copy this. I have this post ID, and I can paste it in here. I say, what's up guys, and I can execute this, and it has been created. Let's go to the statistics and see our main post I have shown. It's now showing that this page have 2 posts and 1 followers. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, may you kindly subscribe, click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload new video. Let's meet on another video where we start to implement recommendation using Neo4j. And Neo4j is a powerful database special for recommendation systems, and you see how we can recommend posts to the users. Salut coders.